Okay, I have not stumbled across the meter yet, and I'm assuming that the meter has a main disconnect because I'm not seeing a single principal in this panel. So this would be like a second panel. I'm also noticing that the neutrals and the grounds are separated. So I have suspicions that there's a single main disconnect. I don't know where it is. If you can de-energize this cabinet with 6 throws or fewer, I'm not saying a span of a hand, I don't know whose hand, I don't see how that would de-energize this cabinet. So we do not have a disconnect inside this load center cabinet. Breaker box, call it what you will. Now, these breakers are all hand labeled. They're hand labeled. Alright, they're supposed to be printed. See where it says Eaton here? It says danger there. That's printing. Alright, see where it says F121 at 1? That's printing. Okay, this is handwriting. I didn't make that up. I didn't wake up this morning and say, you know what, how can I get on these people's butts and just really be a bad guy? I didn't, it's not what I'm designed to do, okay? By definition. My trade. But no, this is all handwritten. Now, I'm going to jump forward here a little bit. The AC, this is the second, the 6 and the 8 over here. AC is 35 amps. The condensing unit is rated for 40 amps. Okay, 30 over 40. So what that means is the manufacturer recommends the largest breaker possible to be installed for the condensing unit. Not to go over, and yes, it will run under, but considering that this is a heat pump system, I mean, nuisance trips might occur, might not. But I do know that the manufacturer recommends a 40 amp breaker for the condensing unit. What else have we got in here? Providing that this is the second panel and it's not the main disconnect, providing that, then rubber neoprene covers are not required over L1 and L2. Now, if this is the main principle, if this is the main disconnect with not enough throws, but anyway, then at that point it would be required to have the covers. Now, these wires, cable wires coming in here, these wires coming into the breakers, these are hot whites. And they're supposed to be wrapped with black tape. If you don't know that's hot, you don't belong in this cabinet. I get that. But they're supposed to be wrapped with black tape. All this combustible debris, that's supposed to be removed from the cabinet. It's not supposed to be in there. The main bonding location would be at the main principal, if it's even there. This is multi-family housing, so it might have some different rules, but I'm using the TREC rules. I'm looking for the bonding location to be labeled in here. And then this cabinet was screwed into place. Screws are faster, screws are tighter. I get that. Zip, zip, let's go to the beer store. Oh, Philip, you're the fastest guy in the shop. I know, Doug. I know. We're getting a raise next week. We're always getting a raise next week. Okay, the manufacturer specifies nails. And again, like the labeling. I mean, he did some pretty, I guess it's probably a woman electrician, that handwriting. I didn't make the nail part up. I didn't make the debris part up. I didn't make the black tape part up. I didn't make the handwriting up. I didn't make those things up. So what do we learn? We learned we got handwriting. We learned we got screws and debris. We learned that the white hots are not wrapped with black tape. We learned that the manufacturer would recommends a 40 amp fuse instead of 35 for the condensing unit. We've got unknowns. We don't know where the main principal is. We don't know where the meter is. And we don't know where the electrical bonding is located.